Hey, I'm Denis, welcome back to my channel DMaker. In today's video I will adapt my homemade table saw to include a router. The router will share the fence with the table saw and I will be using a router plate that fits my Makita router. It's surely not the best quality router plate in the market, but for the price I must say I'm really impressed with the build quality, and it also claims that it can fit several different types of router brands and models. I'll leave a link to this router plate in the description box below in case you're interested. Now enough talking and let's move on to the video. The router plate I will use comes with all the necessary screws, this piece that I will show you in the end of the video what is it for, and 4 different sizes of insert rings. In my case, I will use the Makita RT0700C, which fits the 4 inner holes. To position the plate, first I align it with the fence using some spacers, measure the distance from the back side and then outline the shape of the plate using a pencil. I mark a 2 cm gap to make the rebate where the plate will sit in. Then I drill 4 holes in the corners using my mobile drill stand. To make the opening I'll use a jigsaw, but first I use masking tape on the base of the saw to protect the tabletop from getting scratched. I'll have to make an opening to be able to use the Makita cutting guide accessory in case I need to. I made a template out of wood scraps so that I can use the router with a straight bit to make the rebate. The plate fits perfectly and it's completely flush with the tabletop as intended. Now I just need to make the holes in the corners to attach the fixing screw. In addition to the plunge base, my router comes equipped with a base that can be table mounted and allows for height adjustment. While trying to insert the plate in place, I realized that I needed to make an extra recess because of the router base. I made the recess off camera using a chisel and now it's okay. It's time to make a hole in the fence to accommodate the router bit, and for that I mark the center position and the radius in the fence. I will have to remove 1 screw in the fence, but before removing it I will insert 2 extra screws on the side to keep the fence's strength. I will also mark the center of the hole on the bottom of the fence. Then, using a hole saw, I drill both holes on the fence. To remove the remaining parts, I use a Japanese hand saw and then use a rotary tool to give it a light sanding. Since routing is a task that produces a lot of dust, I will need to make a dust collection port in the fence, and for that I will use some plywood leftovers. To make the 45-degree cuts, I improvise using my crosscut sled and the square, since I still don't have a miter sled. It seems that all the sides are flush. This is important to try to reduce as much as possible the airflow between these connections. To make the hole for the vacuum hose, I'll use a hole saw and leave it without any sanding because I want a tight connection. Then I glue the three pieces together and use some brad nails to reinforce the connection. To fix the dust port to the fence, I decided to use only screws, because I might need to remove it or change it later on. Some kind of sealant, like silicone, can be used to make it more airtight and improve the dust collection, but I decided to keep it like this because there's nearly any gap here. The final result is pretty good, and this is a very good solution to use your router in a table-mounted position. If you already have a homemade table saw like I do, this is an easy and quick project to make. Otherwise, you'll just have to make a simple table with a fence, install a router plate like this one, and that's it. I hope you liked the video, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe the channel to get all the notifications for future videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can build it.